And then my 400 like people that were coming, like, when we want to graduate, please dear, get out. One of us has to be dragging the other person out. This of us cannot be couch potato. It's not possible. Maybe it's good for us before the kids came, but now that the kids are here, we cannot be staying at home. We have to be going out. Get your popcorn and your juice because it's going to be a juicy one. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Evelyn. If you're seeing my face for the first time, thank you very much. Please remember to click the subscribe button. It's been a while I said that. I keep making a mental note to always say that whenever I start a new video. So thank God I remembered now, and that's why I'm saying it. Please remember to subscribe, share, like, click the like button and drop comments. I really enjoy reading your comments and responding to them. 2 days ago I did a Q&A on my Instagram and also on YouTube to say that I've never done such before and just felt led to ask. If you'd like to ask any questions, I'm open to answer. I answer a lot of people in my DMs, like I interact with a lot of people in my DMs, and I think that there's a community there. I did a poll to say ask me some questions and I'll be answering them. Get your popcorn and your juice because it's going to be a juicy one. The first question is, why Germany? That question. Okay, I think there's a bit of a story to why Germany. Let's rewind back a bit to 2016. That's about 7 years ago. My husband and I were already engaged, looking to be married at the end of 2017. However, I was working in a financial institution and they were choking me. It was really I was working in the marketing team and like the targets were enormous. Especially because by Sunday I'm already sad and tired, and I'm like, oh God, I have to go to work on Monday again. And so by 2016 I already started thinking that I was going to start a bakery with my sisters, and I have 2 sisters. I'm in the middle. I have an elder one and a younger one. So we're already talking about it by end of 2016. By end of 2016 also, on my husband's side, at his place of work, a lot of things were happening, a lot of restructuring were happening. His team was basically scrapped. And by that time, remote jobs were beginning to like gain ground. People were like taking remote jobs, people in the IT industry. So what he did was he went to meet some friends that they studied computer science together, some friends that like they grew up together that he knows that maybe already started taking those remote jobs. He went to ask them how to apply and all that, what he needs to like put in place. He got that information and then applying for remote jobs. So for remote jobs, I think along the way he then began to see that Germany was willing to like not only give you a remote job but also relocate you to Germany. So he started applying. He did the first interview for a big company here. He didn't get it, but we just kept trying and all that. So by March, or was it April, sort of, I had already proceeded in a company's interview, and then they stopped responding to the emails. And then I think later by April they sent a mail that they're really sorry, that it was due to the fact that they were restructuring their hiring team, blah blah blah, and they would like to proceed right now and they would like to bring him in right now. We're like, what? By May, I think they sent the offer letter. We had to like quickly book his visa, and then at that point we had to sit down to say, where is this going? Because he was of the opinion that he doesn't think they would like to travel without me or leave me behind, because he has seen from past they were married or they were engaged and one person went and then it didn't proceed. So it's either we break up before he travels or we get married and travel together. Our wedding was supposed to be, I think it was November that we picked. So we had to go back to our parents to say, it's like we're going to travel immediately. So we then picked August, and then we started court wedding. We had to do our court wedding in June. Went for our visa interview in July. He got his visa immediately, and mine, like, because his family reunion took a while. So that was how we landed in Germany. I wouldn't even say that we had information about different countries or Canada or UK. In fact, I was, like I said, I worked in the bank. All I wanted was to go have my children outside the country, and it was something I already spoken to my husband or then my then fiance about, like, okay, oh fine, marriage, no problem, but when we are going to have children, I would like to have them outside the country. I didn't even know that maybe the health sector was, it wasn't for anything, but it was just because of the fact that I knew that bankers would usually do that. Maybe I grew up in a bubble, I don't know, but everything was fine around me. My parents were doing well, I was also doing well, my siblings were all thriving. So like, what people want to go and do abroad? Nigeria is very okay. My parents are here. What am I looking for? Just go outside, have children, and come back. He then traveled by September. I joined him in November. It was when we came that we started seeing that a lot of people were like looking forward to traveling or looking for countries to travel. It was then we started learning about Canada, about the pool, about all those things. We're like, we did not know what this is. To be fair, we didn't really know all these things until like, so I'll just say that God just favored us. Like, it was just the first country that we tried, and then it just happened. So yeah. The same person asked, would you have chosen any other country? Like I said, it wasn't like we were trying to like pick any other country or other countries, or yeah. So I guess like my husband just applied to Germany. It was around that time that Germany was opening their doors to IT skilled professionals. So looking back now, if I know what I know right now, maybe I would have chosen Canada. I'm sure my husband would not agree, because he believes Canada is so far and it's so cold. But yeah, the only reason would be because of the language. That's just it. The second question is, what did I study? I studied, or I am still studying, scientific computing. I studied mathematics for my bachelor's in Nigeria, and so when I came here, we didn't really know so many people. In fact, we basically did not know anybody, so there was nobody like to ask questions, to ask from. So we're basically figuring things ourselves, and that was the reason why I started my channels, or my Instagram and my YouTube, to like share information to people that are intending or people that want to move here. So nobody told me about maybe integration course or maybe boot camp, or like maybe the government can sponsor you, or you can be under agent for Arbeit. Nobody told me that. Nobody told us that. So I just like, okay, I'll do my master's, and I tried to apply to schools. I actually did not want anything related to mathematics because my eyes saw shiggy. Even though I graduated with 2-1, but I didn't want it. I just did not want it. I wanted something different. In marketing, I wanted to do something related to marketing or an MBA, but I just could not, because the public schools were asking for a transcript from bachelor's. It has to be related, or I would have to go to private uni, and we just landed. The money I'm not really there, so I just opted for a public university, which had to still go back to a mathematics related course. So it's called scientific computing. It sounds like computer science, but it's still mathematics. It's still mathematics. So yeah. Right now I'm rounding up my thesis in Jesus' name. Amen. Pray along with me. So the next question is, do you feel like you have finally integrated into the German society after 6 years? I think that living in Germany, it's in stages, you know. It's been 6 years now. Yeah, for me to be 6 years by the end of this month, like in few days time. I'm filming this in November 2023. 6 years. I wouldn't say I have fully integrated. I wouldn't say we have. Let me see. I think it's in stages, you know. It's in stages for me, for us. So that's how I see it. For instance, you move to Germany, you do all your registrations and all the things that are required. You can settle, like maybe you're studying, or you're working. At that point, if everything is fine, money is coming in, you're registered, you have an apartment, you can say we are balanced. You understand? And then if you want to go to the next stage, maybe the next stage for you is maybe seeking resident permit. Okay, then you have to start gathering documents, asking or getting to know what exactly is required. That might like shake you a bit. It might shake you, you know. Or maybe the next level for you is to get maybe your driver's license, which I advise everybody to immediately you land, because why not? Getting your driver's license, when you want to move to get your driver's license, it will shake you, because the process is a lot. It's going to require a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of mental, I don't want to say drain, but yeah. So it's in levels. So when you get your driver's license, you balance again. Maybe you want to get the car, that one is not even hard. So you balance, like, okay. So like I said, it's in stages. Like maybe the next stage will be getting your citizenship, and what do you need what do you need to get that? Maybe your language. Then you now start to learn to language. So it's in stages, like I said. So the stage we are in right now, we are trying to balance it, but so far God has been gracious to us. We thank God for how far God has brought us. Like in 6 years, like a lot has happened, and we're learning from everything, every step that we've been taking. And yeah, all glory to God. So this same person asked, are Vegies in Germany furnished? I'm looking to stay in one when I come in January. Yeah, most Vegies are usually furnished because they are temporary apartments for like maybe students, and they're usually cheaper than like regular flats, you know. And most Vegies are shared apartments where maybe, for instance, this is a 3-bedroom flat, but each room is occupied by different people. So yeah, they're usually furnished by maybe a bed and maybe some reading furniture and all that. Then you can then bring in some other things that you would use, you know. And there will be a shared kitchen, shared refrigerator. I think I've been to one that a friend was staying a few years ago around COVID. So yeah, and all the best on your trip to Germany. Let me know when you land, okay? The next question is tips for newcomers in Germany. Tips for newcomers. Number one tip that I would give is, if you're planning to settle for a long time, if you're planning to stay for a long time, please start learning the language immediately. Please. Yes, you can live in Germany, especially in Berlin, without learning the language. A lot of people will say that, but not for a long time. It's not for a long time. It should still circle back, and yeah, it's still going to circle back and come and face you in the face. So if there's anything like that, so I would always advise we start learning the language, get into an integration course. Yeah, that would really help you, and to really speed up your settling down. It really speed up your settling down in Germany. Get a community, especially if you are coming alone. Even if you're not coming alone, get a community of people with like minds. Emphasis on like minds. For us, it took a while to be able to like get friends, have friends and all that. Yeah, a place like a church is really important, and you also have to be careful the type of church that you choose, because it goes a long way and determines the type of people that you meet there. So yeah, having a community is really important, because sometimes loneliness sets in, and it's these people that you have around you that like keeps you company and all that, you know. Sometimes maybe during weekends, like we have friends over to chit chat, eat, you know. And it's those joys and those, you know, when you're able to let your air down, you can speak your dialect, your native, whatever, you can bant about the country, whatever it is happening without holding back, and it goes a long way. Like when you're working during the week, you remember that and you're like, oh, thank God. That is the feeling that I get when I hang out with my friends and, you know, people that we call our community right now. So yes, that is really important. This person asked if I still create, do you still create UGC? Yes, I still create UGC, but right now I'm trying to structure it into something better. I switched it into another account. I don't really post my UGC content on my main Instagram account. I'm also now going into social media management for businesses and for brands, so I open a different page for that. So yeah, and thank you very much for noticing it. I didn't know that a lot of people would notice it when I edited my bio to include UGC. So yeah, thank you so much. This person asked, is Germany resume style different from the Nigerian one? Can we get info about that? I don't know how to answer this question really, but a lot of people say there's a German style of CV, there's a Nigerian style of CV. I don't know. Me, I just look for a CV template on maybe Canva and I edit my information, you know. But there are different school of thoughts. There are different school of thought about it. So people are like, yeah, there's a different style. So people are saying there's a like normal templates and all that, but I think that maybe doing a Google search would do, but they cannot really be different. This is the type of German style. Can you see it though? Maybe yes, let me move it back a little bit. Yes, I just did a random search and this was what I saw. It includes a name, picture, and your short profile, your information about education and experience, and then the language you speak and your skills, which I think is in basic way that people write CV. Or is it not? Or maybe because I've lived here a long time, that's why I do not think so. But this is how I've been writing my CVs. This is how my CVs has been. The next question is, what's the job market like for Nigerians in Germany? I think just like everywhere, it depends on the skills that you have, really, especially as at an entry role. It depends on the skills. It's not by nationality, really. I don't think it's actually not by nationality. It's by what you can do. Yes, it's actually by what you can do. So it's a level playing ground. It's by what you can do, not be like, okay, because you're Nigerian, stay back here. If you're Indian, come right here. But the only thing I do is, one thing that I do is I don't put pictures on my CV, just in case the person that is going through it, or maybe the system, whatever it is built a certain way, if you get what I'm saying. So but there's no specific market for Nigerians and then others. It's a level playing ground. It depends on the skills that you have, it depends on the experience you have, it depends on what you can do. So yeah. Next question is, started my MSc with language course alongside, possible to get to B2 by the end to aid getting job? Yes, 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 and yes. This is really good because you're starting your language course alongside. Please get to B2. Really help your job search, because of course there's some jobs that you don't need language skills, like I said before. But if you're looking for a job and you filter and they're asking, okay, English or Dutch, and you click English, the number of jobs that will come out will reduce. You understand? But if you don't have to filter for language and you are open to whether the job is in English or the job is in German, you have more options to pick from, right? And you have more options to apply to, right? So yeah, get it to as high as B2. It will really help you. Even if you cannot speak as much as B2, that you can pass the exam at the level of B2, then interacting or speaking more will now help you increase your language level to B2, if you understand what I mean. So yeah. The next question is, starting the Goethe Institute A1 to B2 language course before making applications, is it worth the time? Definitely, it is really worth the time. It is worth the time. It is worth the time. Like the last question H factor. The last question I answered, yes, it is really worth the time. So people say it takes like 1 year to be able to get A1 to B2, but if you can, please. And if you think that Germany is the place you want to go to, please go for it. It's really worth it. Like when you come, you will not even have to start thinking about language like me. When you're on the phone, you can especially feel it, or you can answer them like give us back to back. You get. So yeah, it's really worth it. This person is asking if I can list a few tech companies where one could get remote internship. I don't think I can answer you that one. I don't think so. I apologize. But remote internship, I think LinkedIn will be your best bet. LinkedIn and Indeed will be your best bets. You can do some research on that, maybe filter down for remote and all that for remote internship. So I think LinkedIn and Indeed would be your go-to. Yeah. So the first question is, what's your favorite color? I don't think I have a favorite color right now. It used to be something around purple or lilac, but I don't think I have a favorite color. Maybe blue or black. If it looks good on me, I'm going for it. At least if it's not yellow. I don't think I really like yellow. I don't think I really like green. Some green shades, but yeah, if it looks good on me. Thinking about it now, I don't think I have a favorite color. The next question is, do you like indoors or outdoors better? Indoors. A lot of my friends believe that maybe I like to go out a lot, but it's actually not like that. The reason I love to go out more often is because my husband likes to stay home. So one of us has to be dragging the other person out. This of us cannot be couch potato. It's not possible. Maybe it's good for us before the kids came, but now that the kids are here, we cannot be staying at home. We have to be going out. We have to be outside at least once a week twice a week, you know. So if you leave me alone, like alone, I can stay indoors 7 days a week. Just go out, buy food, come back, I'm fine. Like, I'm okay. So yeah. Next question is, do you like to stay up late? Actually do not like to stay up late. I used to before David was born, but my child is an early riser, so if I want to get like good quality number of hours of sleep, I have to go to bed early. Immediately it goes to bed maybe 9, 10. I have to go latest by 11, because I know that that child is going to come to my room maybe by 2 or 3, and from there on I'm half asleep because I know it's right beside me. Maybe it's kicking me or turning and all that, so I have to go to bed early. Sometimes during weekend we try to stay up late, but it usually end up in a headache. It do normally end up in a headache. So yeah. What is your favorite food? I think I have a favorite food. My favorite food is anything yam. As a Kogi babe that I am. My favorite food is anything yam related. Boiled yam, fried yam, pounded yam, yam porridge. Just give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Anything yam related, I love it. Love yam, love it. This question says apartment or house. Just apartment or house. I'm like, right now I'll say house. House, yes. Even though right now we're living in an apartment, which is basically ours, like we bought it about a year ago, but if we were to do it again, we would have gone for house. But yeah, so yeah, to answer this question, house. Yes, house. Next question is, how many relationships have you been in before meeting your husband? 0. Really 0 like this. 0. So he was my first boyfriend, my first fiancé, my first everything. Yeah. And the reason was because while I was in school, like, you know the way our parents were like, don't marry, don't befriend anybody, or don't be friends with anybody, or don't go into a relationship. And I did not. Basically it was because of myself. I knew that I was like really soft emotionally, or I used to be. So I'm like, I don't think I can devote my time to education and boy at the same time. One will suffer. I don't want my education to suffer. My goal was to get away with a 2-1, so I devoted my time to studying. So by 400 level, by end of 300 level, I'm like, okay, I think that this 2-1 have really stand. You understand? I'm like, okay, I'm ready to be in a relationship. All the people around me were already dating themselves. I'm like, okay. And then my 400 level, people that were coming, I'm like, when we want to graduate, please dear, get out. So it was when I went for service year and I started praying about it and all that, and then that's how I met him. If you want to know how I met my husband, really a real video, I've done one before. I could do an updated one. Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, I was posted to UNAB and he was a student of UNAB. Yeah, it was a 400 level and I was a copper, and that's how we met. So yeah. The last question is, what's your least favorite thing about the country that you live in? We're about to fire some shots. The least favorite thing would be the coldness, especially during winter months. The coldness, yeah, generally. The snobbish nature of people. That would be my least favorite thing. Thank you so much. This was really fun. Thank you so much for dropping the questions, and thank you so much for watching this. I hope I answered your question. I think I did. I answered all. Let me know if you have more questions or follow-up questions about this, and I'll definitely be responding to them. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sticking around, and as Christmas is approaching, I wish you a wonderful Christmas celebration. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.